I have a very small nativity that I got when I was in college on spring break in Florida one year as a souvenir. And then fast forward like 12 years, and I got a nativity when I went with my mother-in-law to the Crystal Cathedral in California. But it wasn't really our style. So before we left Mexico, I told Mike, I want a nativity that's, you know, that's more like us. And he bought me 3, and all of a sudden I had a collection of 5 nativities. And now I have, well, if you count them all, 44. Currently, one of my favorites is always the one from Laos with the elephant. I just love that. But one of my current favorites is the little pebble one that Mike made me for Christmas this year. She made out of little pebbles. It's very cool. It's very different from anything else I have.
It's from my abstract period, which was started by the church. It's the nativity that I made for the church was my first abstract, and I have one now at my home, and then I made her another one this year for Christmas. So we're off on something new.
Oh, I can think of several quick instances. One was at Farm Loop. They made room for us in the church in that sense. I mean, it wasn't like it was physically crowded, but they definitely made room in their hearts for us to be part of that community. And that was the first time we'd experienced that as a couple.
Yes.
When we went to Mexico, they literally made room, and that when we first showed up in Leon, we had to live with another couple for a while. Yeah. And then we house sat for a couple of people. So like somebody be leaving, they go, hey, you can come stay at our house for 6 months. We're going to be in the States. And that was in, I guess,
it was two or three
places. Yeah. Yeah. So they made room for us.
And of course, they make room for me every week at Generations because I get to be who I am.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
You first.
Well, I'm going through something right now that, the holidays can be stressful and tense, and there can be family things going on. And I really had to make room for God. I mean, really, really been an effort. Much more so than I typically have to be like, okay, God, I want you in this. I mean, I want you in this. I want to be a person who's willing to have you in it. I mean, I really had to fight for it. So, yeah, that's been really, the past few weeks has been really,
You're going to have to be here. Not only do you make room for God, but He has to be there, or there's no hope.
What I was thinking of is actually kind of what you said. Mike, a lot of times he says, be deliberate, be intentional. And I think that for Americans anyway, that seems to be key, is that if you want to make room for God in your life, if you want to have more God in your life, wishing and hoping is not going to cut it. You actually have to say, okay, this is a decision. I am going to make time for this. I'm going to set aside the energy to do this, and I'm just going to be available for it. You can't just ramble along going, yeah, I'd like to be more spiritual. I'd like to be able to focus on my spirituality or something like that. It's not just gonna magically happen. It has to be intentional. It has to be deliberate. It has to be a decision.
When you asked that question, the first thought in my mind was slow down. You can't have God intimately in your life if you're running helter-skelter all day, every day, 7 days a week. So if you want to make room for God in your life, slow down and wait.
And turn off the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peace and quiet.